Thank you, Douglas. As Senior Independent Director, it falls to me to organise the process for finding a successor for Douglas. Not an easy pair of shoes to fill. It was with great regret that your board accepted Douglas Flint's intention to stand down as chair of Aberdeen, as we announced earlier on this year at the time of our annual results. Most of us on the board joined it during his tenure, and we've all enjoyed the blend of openness, charm, knowledge and experience that he's brought to the role over the last nearly 7 years. And since the announcement was made, many people have asked me, why now? Well, all of you are investors, and we're all investors. And in the investment world, we know that much of the public focus is on which stocks to buy, what's going up. But importantly, we also know that the most successful investing institutions spend at least as much time focusing on when to exit a position. And in calling time on his tenure at Aberdeen, Douglas has applied the same rigour that he's brought to the rest of his stewardship as chairman. As he sees it, a chief executive is most effective when he can build a long-term partnership with his chairman. And with a maximum of 2 years more to serve, respecting the corporate governance rules in this country, Douglas felt that it was now the time to signal his departure, to allow the selection process for a new chair to partner with Jason over the coming years to take place as soon as possible. With typical generosity, he set no defined end date to his commitment to Aberdeen, and even more so as a shareholder, I gather, allowing us to take as long as we need to recruit his successor and get him into post. In the interim, his enthusiasm for the company and its activities remains, as you can see, undiminished, and his leadership of the board unchanged. The selection process for that successor is underway. If I compare the process that we're using this time round to the one that was employed for his own recruitment back in 2018, what stands out is that the structure and balance of the company, with its tighter focus on wealth and investments, and probably a tighter focus on the UK, has changed substantially. But the attributes that we're looking for in a good chairman, which Douglas has exemplified, have remained unchanged. We're looking for enthusiasm for the company and a commitment to its mission and its strategy. A good mind, balanced by a low ego and an openness to new thinking and the views of others. We're looking for the intelligence which Douglas has demonstrated, both intellectual and emotional, to select, motivate, and lead a board where each individual, executive or non-executive, has something different and important to contribute. We're looking for the grit and determination and courtesy to identify and confront challenges rather than ignore them. We're looking for the recognition that companies like Aberdeen have many stakeholders: clients, staff, suppliers, shareholders, and the wider community, all of whom need to be considered and respected in taking decisions. And of course, we are looking for a passion for the company to succeed. Now, these attributes have helped carry us through the challenges that Douglas has confronted during his time as chair. COVID, remember that? The war in Ukraine, the changing role of the US in the world order, and, of course, underlying it all, the secular trends towards passive investment styles and private markets. He will hand on to his successor a refreshed board, a focused and a self-aware set of businesses, and a company which is united under its new chief executive. That is a legacy for which we should all be grateful. And we are. Douglas. I should say, until we find our next chair, Douglas remains very much on the payroll. So I would like to invite him, on behalf of the board, to conclude this annual general meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you.
If I have had any skill, it's getting a very, very talented board to work with. Anyway, thank you, Jonathan. Unnecessary.